Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing a psychic reading on Dr. PimplePopper. We all know her, we all love her, we all watch, or most of us at least, watch her on TLC, on the channel TLC, and her show is called Dr. PimplePopper, better known as Dr. Sandra Lee. She is an American dermatologist. For those of you that are inquiring whether or not she is real or this is staged, she is a very much real dermatologist. And I thought it would be very interesting, since I've been doing a lot of the TLC show personalities. TLC is one of my favorite networks. Love them completely. I decided to go ahead and do a psychic reading on her. I feel like, immediately when I tune into her, she is very benevolent, and that is not just who she is, on the TV show, but this is her personality to begin with. I feel like she is an earth angel. She really has come to earth to help these patients that have these growths, these lipomas, or these cysts that, need extraction or removal. She really does go above and beyond. And the level of rapport that she has with her patients, she makes them feel very comfortable. And we see this on the TV show, but I feel like her life mission here on Earth is as a healer, which is to obviously help people in this capacity. But I don't feel like it's going to stop there. I feel like she's very entrepreneurial. It's known that she's had a skincare line or skincare products at one time, but I feel like she's not done. Like, there is still going to be a continuation of this, apart, from one day when she decides that, or the network decides they don't, or mutually they decide they no longer want to do the show. She's going to have other TV opportunities, I do feel, in the future. I feel like for her, it's all about entrepreneurship. I see her really also going into the beauty world, which is, and if you really think about it, a dermatologist is in the beauty world, because beauty is about skincare. It's all those facets. So I can see her actually having her own makeup line or makeup products in the future. This may be something that she's not contemplating now, or she may feel like, that's not really for her. But I feel like, she should definitely consider it if she is approached with that opportunity. But there are definitely some other type of products that she will be doing, and releasing for skincare. And this is also going to the E network, when we see Botched, and we see those doctors, that are now celebrities on TV. So it's not, that she is the only one out there. There are other cosmetic surgeons and dermatologists that are now coming, the doctors and physicians are coming onto TV and kind of being a celebrity in many ways. For her, it's interesting because she is married. A lot of people don't know that. She is married to a doctor. And I feel like, with her relationship, I don't know what's going on in his world or her world, but there are some conflicts. I don't see, this is more personal, but maybe people around them in their own profession that they have to deal with, people that are jealous, obviously, of her success. And then I feel like her husband, at some point subconsciously, he may also have some issues, that he may not verbalize, and it doesn't have to be that his wife is more popular than him, but, that is kind of, when you become a celebrity like she is, she is considered a celebrity in all aspects. It can cause some kind of friction in relationships, but they are soulmates. So, it's no doubt that they came together. And I feel like whatever the situation is, it involves other people. It's not just about their relationship. I feel like this, again, is more about her husband and people that he's dealing with. This could be patients that are difficult, or even family members, acquaintances that are being kind of messy. And so I feel like her kind of pulling away, they're going to be victorious, whatever this is going on that I'm seeing, that I'm being shown, these difficulties, they are going to pass. I also see her entering a very auspicious time over the next 3 months. So around the holidays, she may end up deciding to travel with her husband and kids. There may be some type of traveling or some type of visitation to a foreign country, because I see for her plans of international travel over the next 6 months. But I feel like over the next 3 months, almost around the month of November, December, she could actually be traveling as well. I do feel like the network is definitely going to pick up another season of her show. People are invested at this point in her, and her personality is so bubbly and gentle and caring that people can relate to her, because typically, I'm not saying that not all doctors are like her, but most doctors are not, and that's a given. Most of them are very dry. Some of them, they do care about their patients, but they're not as happy. They don't put a smile on your face, and I think she gets it. Like, she is a deep empath, so she can connect as well to their energies, to each patient's energy, and it connects as an empath on a deep level without her even knowing she does this. So, she can kind of read between the lines and help people the way that she needs to help them, and bring them some hope, because a lot of her patients have these lipomas, which are like formations, of balls, like huge, it's like a disformation, and they've been living it with it for years, and they want to get rid of that so they can, quit being stereotyped or judged by people. So I see her very intuitive as well. Like I said, this deals with her empathic side, in addition to her being a healer. For her, I think it's very this work that she does as dermatology, it's something that is very natural for her, very organic. But I feel like there is a point where she may want to retire early, and she very well may do so, and kind of pursue a different aspect. I also see a book in the works for her. So if she does not have a book yet, she is in the works. I see like there is some type of book that is going to be coming out around her, and it's something that's very interesting, and I really look forward to reading it when that does happen. And again, these are a lot of this is future oriented, so if she would hear it or the network would hear it, they may not be able to put two and two together, and who knows, maybe they will. I see her continuing to work very hard on her brand, because she is a brand, on her, her life, and overall all her staff and everybody in her real life, day-to-day situations. She's building an empire, basically. And I see, though, that, they're, again, going back to her husband, I feel like there is some personality issues where she may not necessarily, like, argue with him, but I feel like eventually there is going to be a crossroads in their relationship, which only will make sense to them if that was the case. But I feel like, it's very possible that they could be going through some things themselves right now, which I won't discuss because, again, due to privacy, I'm not going to air all that out here. But I do see like there is her husband has a difficult time with emotions, and I feel like letting go. He's not that he's uptight, but I feel like there is this inability to let go and be free, and not think about work. For him, it's about work. It's about responsibility. It's kind of like he doesn't see the light and the happiness, and she gravitates naturally towards that, and kind of has lifted him out of that funk. And because being a doctor, trust me, I'm not a doctor myself, but in a past life I was, and in this life I'm a medical intuitive. So being a doctor is not easy. Like, you are dealing with, especially if you're a doctor with empathic qualities like she has, you're dealing with patients of all kinds of, backgrounds who have different energies. They're going through either depression, or they're going through some, rough points in their life, dealing with their medical condition or whatever ailment they have, and they come to her with, and then their families who may be worried for them. All of that is overwhelming for an empath. But I feel like for her, she knows how to like de-stress, and that for her is her forte. That's like something that you don't see every doctor being able to really do. For her, I feel like, she gives a lot. She's going to be entering a period over the next 2 years where people are going to, like I said, give back to her. Like, when so much that she gives, like, a lot of people don't know that she does some of these procedures for free. Yeah, she does them for free, and not only that, but, she's very benevolent. I feel like she goes above and beyond. Like, we've seen her on the TV show calling her patients. Like, most doctors don't do that. A lot of old school doctors, they will call their patients personally and not have their assistants or nurses do that. So again, she's very different from the mold, and she does truly care, and that is going to be something that opens a lot of other opportunities and doors for her over the next 2 years. And like I said, I see her getting different opportunities coming to her, and for her it's kind of hard to kind of want to accept a lot of these opportunities because she doesn't want it to kind of discredit her as a doctor, as a dermatologist. But Spirit is saying for her to accept those opportunities with open arms because she is so well deserving of it and so benevolent, that these are all blessings that are manifesting in her life. There is a void. Like, I know that she has two Irish, I believe that's what, everyone knows. She has two Irish sons or something like that. But I don't know, when it comes to her childhood, I feel like there is a void there, and I feel something very strong with her father. So I don't know if, her father was not accepting of her husband or her marriage, but I keep feeling like there's these old customs and these old traditions, and she is like bringing into her own family a whole new scope of, acceptance and traditions. But I feel like her parents are very old school in their way of thinking, and I feel like, again, she has broken away from a lot of this, and has made her parents proud, wherever they are. She's, made them very proud of her, and I feel like, again, there are some ancestors that she has on the other side, which I feel like is her grandfather, her father's father, which would be her grandfather, that is coming through very strongly. And he says, that he's very proud of her as well. And he's also saying that, for her father, he was a dermatologist, her father, if you don't know, that for him, it became something where he always provided for the family. And not only that, but he wasn't entirely happy, because I don't know who her father is, but I feel like he was a very serious man. And I feel like her grandfather was a little bit more like her, very just the light of a party, and just very benevolent, very kind. Not that her father isn't, but that, he is coming through, and he's also showing me these old Chinese, like, writings and papers and scrolls. So I don't know if she has that or her father has those writings, but it's like on like a parchment paper or some type of like scroll. I don't understand, like, that's what I'm seeing. Maybe she'll be able to make sense of that, but I definitely see that, and I see, him, kind of like being her spirit guide in this physical world, in guiding her grandfather. And I feel like she does think of him and maybe does feel a presence on, and is very open to spirituality, and is aware that there are other things here in the physical world other than just medicine. When medicine meets science, or science meets spirituality, it's like she is open, I feel, to understanding, or kind of wanting to understand a lot of this. For her, it's all about like this money. I see her also being very giving to charities and doing charity work. I see her working with fundraisers and kind of helping. I don't know who she cares about. This would be a female, and I feel like this person may be going through a health condition. It could be like a friend that she's known, or a friend, someone like a friend of a friend that she knows but doesn't like really know. It's kind of like an acquaintance, but that would be going through cancer, because they talk about like someone going through cancer, and I feel like this would be either like breast cancer, or I feel like it's breast cancer. That's what I keep being shown. And that, that person eventually is, is very thankful for, whatever Dr. Lee did for her. whatever, she did for her. Either it was she gave her something, or she did some kind of, gave advice, or was just, I don't know, this was something like not necessarily in the dermatology world that she's done for people, and it's not forgotten. Wherever this person is, they do thank her, and I feel like there is healing for this person, but there's also fears that other people have about her health deteriorating further, and so only she would, be able to pinpoint this, or people on her team that maybe know her friends, Dr. Lee's friends, that would be able to kind of put this two and two together. Because a lot of times when it comes that, messages as us psychic mediums, it comes in as like puzzle pieces, and we're not, I can't sit here and try to put them together, unless I have, the person that I'm reading for kind of putting those pieces together. We are not to interpret it or to kind of understand it, but rather to give it as we receive it as mediums and channeling that information. So, I wish Dr. Lee had the best in the future. She is amazing. She has an amazing career ahead of her and amazing opportunities. And I am so grateful that I get to see this on TLC. And all the Dr. Pimple Popper fans, well, here you have it. I did a psychic reading on her. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in. If you did like this video, please smash the like button or hit the like button. That's a little thumbs up. Be sure to share this video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button, as well as the notification bell icon. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing day or night wherever you are in the world.